Hello friends and welcome to Bookmiss Day 1. I honestly cannot believe that these words are coming out of my mouth. I had been thinking about maybe doing Bookmiss since last year, and the reason that I'd never done it on my channel before is because I work a full-time job. I keep myself very busy, and I just didn't know if I had it in me and like the capacity to do Bookmiss, but I decided there's no harm in trying, and so this year I'm just going for it, and I am trying to do the 12 days of Bookmiss in 2025. My plan for Bookmiss this year, and guys, I am trying, I am not 100% committed to 12 days, but I'm going to do my absolute best. And my plan at this point is starting today, the day that this December TBR wheel video goes live, I am hoping to upload every other day essentially until Christmas, and that gets us up to those 12 days. And I know a lot of creators will do the first half of the month, some creators will do the second half of the month, and I just decided that for me and my schedule, an alternating upload would be really great. And yeah, I think that's it. So now that I've kind of announced Bookmiss and told you guys that I am doing it, hopefully you are very excited for literally 12 videos on this channel in a row. I honestly can't believe that. Pray for me over here. But yes, I think that's all I have to say about Bookmiss and like announcing that. I am so excited. And so now we can dive into today's actual video, which is spinning for my December TBR, which is there a better way to start Bookmiss? I really don't think so. You guys should now be able to see my screen. And as always, I have put any books from my physical TBR that I think I'll be in the mood for reading into the TBR wheel. And then anything that you guys don't see in this pile, honestly, usually I do books from like the library and books from Kindle Unlimited, but I have to be honest with you right now, I feel myself entering a reading slump, which is just horrible timing. And so I scrolled through Goodreads, I scrolled through my library Kindle, like pretty much anywhere that I could. And I just put books in the wheel that I thought sounded good. I might not own any of them. Like I could spin for books and get not a single book in this pile, but we're going to try our best. And hopefully one of these books will get me out of this slump that I feel coming on, which is just horrible thing to speak in the first place. I'm going to spin for book number 1, and you guys might notice there's a lot of dark colors in the TBR wheel right now. Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. Okay, so book number 1 is Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. This is a book that went viral on TikTok, like booktok I want to say a few months ago, but honestly, it was probably longer than a few months ago now that I think about it. And honestly, I don't know anything about this book besides the fact that the ending is kind of crazy. Like I think there's some big plot twist that happens, and I've seen a lot of people record their reaction to the end of this book. And then beyond the reactions, I've just generally heard really positive reviews for this book. And as I was saying before, there are a lot of dark colors in this wheel, and that has a lot to do with the fact that while I don't really feel like reading, the books that I have been wanting to pick up lately are mostly fantasy, and I feel like that's been the case since the fall time. Like that's just been the genre that I have gravitated towards. And so I felt like I'm going to put a lot of books in the wheel that fit into the genre that I'm in the mood for. And so while I don't know a lot about this book in terms of the plot, I trust my fellow book creators, and we're adding this as book 1 to the official December TBR. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is on Kindle Unlimited. Oh, the gardeners are here. All right, we are now spinning for book number 2. I already kind of told you guys what I'm in the mood for. Oh my gosh, please stay. It's looking good. Yeah, Darker Shade of Magic. Yeah. This is one of my all-time favorite adult fantasy books, and the reason that I feel like I have a hard time prioritizing it is because I've read this book 2 times before. I absolutely love the Darker Shade of Magic series. I love V.E. Schwab so much, but something kind of crazy and something that I do not talk about super often is the fact that I actually have not finished this series, and I'm very embarrassed to say so. I have read the first 2 books and then about half of the third book. If you're not familiar with this series, basically it takes place in a world where there are four different Londons, if that makes sense. And each London has varying amounts of magic in it. So there's like Red London and it has a ton of magic, White London with some magic, Gray London, which is like our London and there's no magic, and then there's Black London that nobody talks about. And we're following our main character, Kel, and he has the unique ability to travel between Londons. Most people cannot do that. And it's just a really fun series. And so the idea of like rereading this during the holidays just makes me so happy and excited. So yeah, wish me luck. Hopefully I do prioritize this because I love these books. Okay, 2 books down, 4 books left to go. I think, I'm pretty sure. Oh my God, are we gonna get 2 V.E. Schwabs? That would be crazy. Are we? Wait, I didn't even think of that when I put these books in the TBR wheel. Okay, so book number 3 is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Again, guys, nothing sounds good to me. And so when I was thinking about books that I might like or books that might be good for getting me out of a potential reading slump, I was like, who are some of my favorite authors? V.E. Schwab, love her. And so this is one of her books that I have not yet read. And so I was like, I'm just going to put it in the TBR wheel. All that I know about this book is we're following our main character, Addie, who I think she makes a deal with the devil of sorts, something like that. And in exchange for eternal life, anyone that she meets will forget her. And so literally anytime she talks to someone, if they turn away and turn back to look at her, they do not remember her. I could be wrong about this, but I think our story kind of starts when she meets someone and he remembers her. And it's like, kind of crazy. I love V.E. Schwab. I love fantasy. And this just seems like the kind of book that would get me out of a reading slump potentially. I know it also makes a lot of people cry, and like I really love that. I need that. That's like my favorite thing ever. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. That was 3. Let me take a look at my TBR really quick. I just kind of want to talk you guys through some books that I am maybe hoping to read. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney was on a TBR that I had earlier in the fall time. However, my book club ended up reading a Lisa Jewell thriller, and so I kind of let that be my spooky thriller for the month. And so I did not prioritize this one. But look at that wintry Christmas cover. I feel like that would be amazing. Also, I would love to finish my reread of the Percy Jackson series. That would be really fun. And then this is crazy. This book is on my list of 15 books to read in 2025, and it's crazy and criminal that I haven't read this book yet. And so honestly, this is the book that like actually needs to get chosen. And I love Ashley Poston, so like I would be so happy about that. All right, let's do it. You guys know we were cracking up in the comments last month because I was like telling you all the books that I wanted, and then the book that it chose, which it looks like it's about to do now, yep, is not the book that I asked for. And it's just a theme around here. There's like a few good months every year where I'm like, oh, this is the book I want. And then it picks it. But most of the time it does not. Okay, but it is good. I see that we have chosen Reckless, and this is another book that's on my list of 15 books to read in 2025. I'll be honest with you guys, I have been sitting at around the 40% mark of this book for 4 months now, 5 months now. Like I have started this book and read it on multiple different occasions at multiple different times of year, and I'm having a hard time getting through it. I liked the first book. I wasn't obsessed. And so it's like, oh, hopefully it kind of gets better as the series progresses. And like I'm not having that experience so far in this book, but I'm like I'm having a hard time deciding if I want to DNF it or not. And in this world, we have 2 different groups of people. You have individuals with powers and individuals without powers. And the people without powers are like banished. They're considered dirty, and the people with powers do not want them anywhere near. And in the first book, we watch our main character, Peyton, who is someone pretending to have powers in a world of powers. Does that make sense? She does not have powers. Everyone around her does have powers. And she has to compete in these trials against a bunch of other people with powers. And I feel like I said powers like 10 times in the last 5 seconds. But yeah, it went really viral on TikTok, and like I didn't really love it. But I do want to give the series a fair shot. So if you guys thought the series gets better, if you thought it got worse, let me know. All right, we have 2 more books left to go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, sounds like love. Stop right there. Stop right there. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I'm gonna try to get through these last two books really quickly because the gardeners are blowing their leaf blowers outside, and I'm gonna try to like reduce that noise in editing, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get rid of all of it. And it's actually making my teeth grind right now. Like I'm just so like annoyed. Like these are one of my favorite videos to film, and I'm just having such a hard time right now because of the chaos that's happening outside. But this is Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, and this is a romance book with magical realism elements. Guys, I'm gonna have to film the rest of this video later. This is becoming ridiculous. I'm back. They're still going, but they're further away now, so I'm gonna make this quick. But Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston follows our female main character who I think she's a musician. This has something to do with songwriting and songwriters. And all I know is that our two main characters can hear each other's voices in their heads at like random times. And so I'm definitely really interested in reading this book and seeing what that actually looks like in execution, because I know that I'm absolutely obsessed with Ashley Poston as an author, and her concepts are so wonderful, and I love her characters and her world building, and yeah, I'm just so excited. All right, we are spinning for our last book, and honestly, I don't even know what I want. I feel like I'm just gonna not look. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. This is perfect. The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. Guys, this book is actually way thicker than all the rest. Like I picked this up and I was not expecting it to be this thick. As you guys would have known from my previous TBR videos and my wrap-up videos, I have been reading one Percy Jackson book every single month, and somehow, miraculously, the TBR wheel has chosen a Percy Jackson book every single month in a row without fail. Like I think quite literally this will be the 5th month in a row reading a book in the Percy Jackson series, which is just so perfect. Like I didn't plan for that to happen. I just wanted to begin my reread this year, and it looks like we're going to be getting through the entire Percy Jackson series, which is just, it's so satisfying, and that makes me so happy. I don't remember anything about this book besides the fact that this is like the epic conclusion to the Percy Jackson world, and like all of the conflicts in each of the individual books leads up to the like big battle that happens in this book. I won't say anything else because on the off chance that you have not read these books, I do not want to spoil anything. That this is basically like the culmination of everything that we've been working our way up to in the series. I'm really excited. I also like once I finish this series, I really want to read the second series. I think it's called, is it the Heroes of Olympus series? I'm not sure, but it's when Rick Riordan introduces like a bunch of new characters. And oh, I'm really excited. That was honestly the reason that I started rereading Percy Jackson in the first place, is because I wanted to reread those, but I was like, I can't do that if I don't read the original ones first. And so yeah, I'm so excited about this book. I should have known that this is what the TBR wheel was going to choose. That means that we are not going to be reading these books in the month of December, probably. Probably I won't be reading them in the month of December. So I'm going to put them back. And then let's do an official review of the December TBR. Starting with the physical TBR, we have Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. Very excited about this. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. Another reread, 2 rereads this month. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. And then from books that I do not own, we have Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and Reckless by Lauren Roberts. Hopefully some of these books put me in the mood for reading, because again, I don't know what it is right now, but I just do not feel like picking up a book. Like anything honestly sounds more fun than reading, which is terrible because this is my favorite thing to do. So yeah, wish me luck and good vibes with the December TBR. And I am so excited for Bookmiss, and I will see you guys very, very soon for Bookmiss Day 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys are having a great day and a great reading month, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!